think I need to clean this. I didn't do that first. And get that boob light because my husband did not put it in. I have a new light and he didn't install it. Have I talked about the new stuff? Here? 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 Oh my gosh. Bing. Bang. These are my top favorites. Oh my gosh. And I'm just going to wait to see if who gets on. I have a nice fresh wipe. I have new brushes. I finally broke down and got the gold brushes. I'm going to clean a couple because I want to use them. I am going to show a new method, not a new method, but my stuff's been, my redness has just been very, my scarring and all my stuff has been very angry. But I've also been really liking this brightening method that I've been seeing people do, and I want to try it today. So we're going to try it today. And then I did a really beautiful eye look with February's shade of the month, which is going to be Kiss. If you're thinking that the Advent colors are going to be the shades of the month, you are correct. The one that's missing is Crimson, which is this month's, but this is Kiss right here. It's so, so, so pretty. I need to do some swatches for some people in my group, but we're going to get into the makeup right now. I just want to clean, I don't know what brush I want to use, but I know my detail brush. Look at these pretty gold new brushes. I have all my old brushes in a Ziploc in my bathroom to clean with the soap. These are brushed gold, which I love so much more than the shiny. I like brushed. I'm going to clean my detail brush though. None of the other ones, just the detail because it's so, if you're ever feeling like your makeup is kind of gunky, there's two things. Either clean your tins or clean your brushes. I waited way too long. I did my hair, it's day 2 and I ran this morning. I'm a runner now. For a reason, I have to train. I'm training. Who am I? I wish I had a hair tie. I want my hair up. It's driving me. This is just fine hair. Don't care. I do care. If you have questions about what I'm doing, I'm playing with cream makeup. Ask away. If you don't like MLMs, that's okay too. I don't either. I don't. It's not that I don't like them. I don't like the MLMers that are the MLMers. You know, the cold messengers, the ones that try to get into your DMs. I think that's when people are like, it's an MLM. I think they just assume. I had somebody get real fired up on one of my. I just delete them because why perpetuate negativity? You know, it's not. I'm trying to hide anything. It's an MLM. Saints an MLM. I'm not an MLMer. I think that's what gives people a bad name are the people that just hound you and bug you. And while I say that, if you've gotten a color match from me in the last 2 months, I am following up with you guys. Sorry. But no pressure kind of a thing. It's just a quick little, here's a new link. I don't like knocking on people's emails. It bothers me. That's why I think that's what kept me away from trying MLMs. I like I do Scentsy. I don't do Scentsy, but I buy Scentsy. I like their dryer discs. I don't sell Scentsy. But the gal that I buy it from is not aggressive. I've met aggressive MLMers. I hate it. And that's one of the things I was like, I don't want to cold message people. Can I say what I'm selling, how much it costs, what's in it? Can I just share all that without having to slide into DMs? My stuff looks different. My screen looks very different this time. I don't know what all this is. Oh, I can add a filter. No, thank you. I don't like that. No, cancel. I don't know what I just did, but I pushed something. Get away filters. Check. No filters. I don't like filters. There's a calendar. What's a calendar? We're just going to dig. I don't know. Highlight saved to your. What? I don't know. Okay. Anyways, we're going to dig in. I'm going to use my Milk Hydro Grip. I really want to go get the e.l.f. dupe and try it because one, it's affordable. I like trying the affordable things. And yeah, so we're going to dig in. I shaved my face last night. No, it doesn't turn you into a Wolverine. Oh man. Good morning, Brandy. Hello. Okay. I don't think I did this. I can't even remember when I got these. but I got the lipstick and I got my oil. All right, here's what I'm going to say about these. There's a few things that did disappoint me, and I'm going to tell you what they are, but these did not. I do prefer the lipstick over the oil, but that's a preference thing. I like sparkles. I like it to look. I grew up watching Young and the Restless. Okay, did anybody watch? So I wanted my shoes to click. I desperately wanted clip-on earrings because I thought that's how every phone should be answered as hello. Um, and I wanted shiny lipstick. G.I. Joe did that to me too, because there's that redheaded G.I. Joe from the 80s, and she typed really fast. So I also wanted to type fast, but I always wanted shiny lips. That's why I like this one better than this one. But in the summer, these two. I'm going to do a comparison with a girlfriend of mine. She has dry skin. I have oily skin. I like the Supergoop. So I was talking to another artist. I'm going to just talk about a lot of things and be all over the place as usual. But what's new? I have oily skin. Using a makeup or a moisturizer that has SPF in it is great prep. The end. But if you're looking for it to be like what you do for the day, it's like using shampoo, conditioner in one. You're supposed to reapply SPF. So having a great SPF moisturizer to prep, if you're going to be going by the pool in the summer and you're going to be wanting that protection, you're going to need more than just that prep of that SPF. And if you like to wear makeup by the pool, which I do, you're going to have to reapply SPF every 2 hours. You can't do that once you've put your makeup on. Insert, if you have oil, there's setting spray with SPF if you have drier skin. If you have oily skin, you get Supergoop's powder, setting powder. It's translucent. It's amazing. I love it. And also, when you're by the pool, things are hot, you're worried about your tins melting. Get the oil. This stuff is really beautifully hydrating. It smells and it has an iridescence to it. It does not translate onto the lips. And I'm going to show you because I'm going to use the lipstick at the end. But this, let me zoom this in. I don't know how far is too far, but this does not translate you see? It doesn't translate that iridescence over. It's not an overwhelming smell, but if you don't want to smell like food, it has a smell. I don't think it's super overwhelming. It dies down really well, but it reminds me of when Jessica Simpson had her dessert lip gloss line, which I wish would come back. I love that stuff, but it doesn't translate. So, if your husband's lips are super chapped, if your kid's lips, if your son's lips, whatever, you can put this on. It does put a sheen onto it, but it doesn't look rainbowy. So yeah, so I would combine it with a setting powder or a setting spray with SPF for reapplying. Saint has titanium dioxide, which works as kind of like a sun block, but without that goodies of protection of aging skin. All right, let's do our face. I'm going to do my eyes first, and I'm going to do a combo that I really loved, and it's using the new color Kiss. I did it yesterday, and I shared it in my group, and it is real pretty. I'm going to use the detail brush, and I'm going to go into my brightening. This, I believe, is white peach, or is it linen? I'm switching it up today. It's Versailles. Sheesh. And I'm going to prep my lid with it. I haven't touched Versailles in a long time, and I'm diving into it. I don't care. All right. It's not my favorite in the summer. It just shows too much texture with too much of a difference. So we're going to put this on, and then I'm going to prep with my powder. Actually, and I'm going to show you something else because it's a color I prepped with yesterday, and I thought it was awesome. And it is the new shades. Okay, so here is the 007 shades. This right here, Strawberry Fields, it is sold out. It looks really pinky purple. It does not show color. So if you're looking for something with a pink undertone as a prep instead of maybe a setting powder or a cupcake, it's a great prep, but don't go in. If you're wanting pink, you're going to need Claire or Paris or Mama. Strawberry Fields, to me, does not translate color at all. Okay, I'm going to stop there. So I like it, but I can get the same look out of my setting powder and my cupcake or pup or whatever. So there's that. If you didn't, it's sold out. So if you feel like you missed out, I just don't think you did. All right. I love this color here. This is Spectre. It's gray. It's pigmented. It's beautiful. I used it with Tawanda and it's gorgeous. It's in my Facebook group and I love it. I'm going to use this color, which is Skyfall. I was expecting more. I like it. I was expecting, and I figured this out when I put my makeup on the other day. I'm going to get into Revival as my color. Ooh, and it's in my new palette. Look at that. I wish they would come out in these with a small palette because I would get an 18 or a triple decker with this. It's got a little sparkle to it. Look at that, it's so pretty. All right, I'm gonna go into Revival and start applying some makeup. So with these new eyeshadows, if you're missing out, I don't feel like you're missing out. I'm sorry, they weren't the colors are my favorite, but when I applied, oops, this is lip and cheeks. I need my eyeshadows. When I opened up and played with Skyfall the Black, I was expecting it to go on very pigmented, the way Salem does. You know, when you grab that black and it's got fallout. I thought it was going to be like that. I also thought that the flecks of shimmer would show up more, and they don't. I wouldn't even put it in the realm of it being a shimmer. Good morning, Mary. How are you? So if you're looking for something that I know is taking me 10 minutes. My gosh. All right, we're going into Revival as a transition color and an outer corner color. And if you were looking for Skyfall to have that extra shimmer, I would put it in the matte. I would put it as a matte, and I find it to be a buildable color rather than it won't go on like this. It won't go on like this. It's buildable. So you got to really rub your brush in. You've really got to push into it to get what you want out of it. But I am going to be using Kiss with Revival. It's so darn pretty. So darn pretty. And then I'm going to be showing this. I'm going to show 3 highlight colors for my makeup today because if you've been using Saint for a while, I like it gives you the ability to use your summer color, your winter color, and your brightening color together to work with your changing skin tone. Because for me, sometimes my skin, it's funny, I'll use the same color, but some days it matches great. Some days it just seems a little dark, and I think it's the part of being in winter. You never know. But I started using my summer highlight in with my winter shades to help with my stuff because my redness and my scarring right here has just been really pulling, and I have found this to be great if you have been, and I would recommend this if you've been using the makeup for a while. I was talking to another artist of mine. I was like, I don't think this is something I would introduce to a new person. Anyways, I'm just adding Revival around here. I am using, this is the Blur brush. I like it because it has this bigger end. I'm going to go into Revival and I'm just going to bring that down. I like doing my eye makeup first because then I can really smoke out my under eye and clean it up by applying my makeup. All right. So for me, the Skyfall is great and I'm going to be using it today. I was expecting, and I did my makeup last week with Junior Prom. I was expecting Junior Prom out of Skyfall. Tone, fleck, pigment, all of it. And I was like, okay, so I already have it. So if that's what you're expecting is something dark and shimmery and blends well, go get Junior Prom instead of Skyfall. That's my opinion. I was really hoping that I could use the cream eyeliner Black Friday and I could top it with Skyfall and make it set and make it shimmery, and it just doesn't. All right, I am going to go in with the shade of the season for February, Kiss. Right here. Yes, each month is going to be one of these colors. So I've had people be disappointed by this. Here's what I'm going to say. Getting the full collection was a big expense. So if you couldn't do that, now you can pick and choose the colors. If you ever need a swatch, just ask, message me, and I can get it for you. So we're going to go into Kiss here. I really like it. It does look like Crush, but it's a little bit more orange. I'm going to be swatching it in my Facebook group today, but it goes on nice. Look at how I really like these colors together. This is a great Valentine's Day look. If you're looking for a color for Valentine's Day, I would say Revival with Kiss is really pretty and simple, and it's just 2 colors. And then I'm going to use Skyfall as an eyeliner. But with my changing skin, especially my under eyes, I have darkness, I've got fine lines and things coming in. If I do something really heavy, it makes my eyes look more mature because you've got shadowing and you've got fine lines and then colors are rubbing into. So yeah. All right, I'm going to go in with my regular eyeliner somewhere. Where'd you go? There it is. Maybelline Tattoo Studio. And we're going to waterline and then I'm going to flick, and this is going to work with Skyfall. I'm going to use the new Etch brush. That's such a good eyeliner brush. I like it more than the multitasker or the line brush for eyeliner. So I waterline here, and then out here I'm going to flick it up. I'm just following the lash that I see curling, and then I'm really pushing into that lash line right here. I'm going to go into, before this sets, I like this stuff. I like it better than I like anything else. I'm going to grab my Etch brush, I think. Dang it, Amanda, there it is. My Etch brush, and I'm going to use the eye shaders. I'm going to call it the eye shader side, and I'm going to rub it into Skyfall. Really scuff it in, tap off the excess, and then I'm going to wedge this into my lashes to help set that liner. And then I'm going to follow that flick, and then I'm going to rub in above the lashes onto that lash line right there. And it's just, it doesn't, if I was using Salem, it would not have this much control. So I kind of like that it's buildable. If you're wanting something that's really something, I would do Junior Prom and Salem together. But I've been using this brush to buff out my eyeliner, and then using Skyfall as a buildable, less bold liner. I'm going to flip it to the edge side. We're going to go back into Skyfall, tap it off, and then I'm going to come above and lift my liner up a little bit right here, and then flick it out. I'm going to use my finger to pull, and that kind of gives me a good guide. So rubbing in, but as you can see, I'm trying to pull this out and it's a little too buildable. That's where I'm like, dang, but that's pretty, right? And then I'm just going to take this and rub it onto my lash line on the inner corner. Add a little bit of, like, look at that. It elongates the eye. I like doing it this way. All right, I'm going to waterline the other eye. I like doing it this way because this will set. And by the time I get over here, especially with all my talking that I do, it's set and it makes it really, really hard to blend. All right, flicking it up and out, and then wedging into that lash line. Flick, 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 lid, and then going in on the Etch. I call it the Etch or eye shader side because that's what this brush is an eye shader brush. I'm so glad they came out with this brush. But you can see there's almost, do you see that, how it has that matte, you got this powdery look, and then right here, it bugs me, okay? It does bug me. I'm not going to say it doesn't. Pushing into my lash line to unload the brush with the bulk. And then I'm going to flick it up and out and then rub in above the lashes. As I've gotten older, more mature, I have gone less and less on my eyeliner across. It makes my eyes look smaller. I'm a creature of habit though, and I like having a good smoky eye. I always have a hard time with one eye over the other. And this is always the hardest eye for me to figure out how to line. And I can't wink, so it just looks like I'm rolling my eyes in the back of my head. I'm just going to use this to pull it around, up and down, and pulling it around. And then this will all pull together with the makeup. I hate my eyes being done without my makeup. I just do. See, this side looks just a little tidier, so we're just going to mess up this side a little bit. You're never going to get both sides the same, okay? Cleaning it up. And I'll add smokiness if I need to. We're going to add mascara. And then we're going to dig into... I feel like I need more revival. I like a bold eye. I do like to look like I'm wearing makeup on a Monday. I don't go glam for special occasions. I think I do it every day. It's just how I like my makeup. And then you can do your makeup the way you like to do your makeup. And then we'll get into the creams. I like creams because as you get older, you can't put that heavy makeup on. but I can still get that full coverage look and still have a little bit of makeup on. I like that because the more makeup you put on, the more you accentuate your texture of your pores, your fine lines. And I'm not doing I'm letting myself age. And I say that because my husband wants me to. Am I tempted to try Botox? I am. I'm terrified to, though. Terrified to try Botox. I'm just scared. I watched this gal who had this, her whole eye, like, I don't know what happened. And this scared. And I was like, okay, that's why. That's why I'm not. I'm too scared. I see people get it and they look great. And I'd be like, but I'd be that one. That one that walks around looking like she got punched in the eye for the next 6 months to a year. All right, we're going down and around. Okay, I'm gonna add more Revival because I really want some more. All right, grabbing some Revival. Revival is this mauve, it's more purple. It's this color right here. It looks brown. It's got more of a purple burgundy to it. And I'm gonna punch this up a little because I want to. Because I want to. And I'm just pushing that in. Smushy, smushy, smush. Smushy, smushy, smush. There we go. Happy camper here. All right, let's do our face. Okay, I do my stuff. I always do my stuff. It doesn't matter how I apply my makeup. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I tell you everything. I apply my color correcting every single time because it holds my makeup there. I think it's better than a primer. I use my Milk Hydro Grip. I think it's great. But I finally got a new Aspen put in here. I find that Aspen and Suede hold my makeup in place all day better than a primer does. That's my opinion. And I've done it without, and I just don't like, it's this part right here for me that is just like, no, 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 no. All right, I'm going to take the blend brush and I'm going to focus it right here. I've got some discoloration. This makes me super insecure. And I'll say this because I was selling Girl Scout cookies the other day with at the Eagles, talking to one of my friends. So if you want Girl Scout cookies, click the link in the description. You can get some from my babies, and it ships, and it's great. All right, support my babies. Anyway, she was talking about how I never showed people my makeup free face. And then when I started doing this, it kind of worked in reverse. I try to get you to try my makeup to show you how beautiful you can look without all that heavy makeup. And in reverse, I've become much more comfortable without makeup than I was before. So it's worked in reverse for me, and that's fine. But she was shocked when she saw me get on the internet makeup free because it's just not who I am. Picking up very little. Like you could barely see that I got into Aspen. And I am just going over my redness and I'm muting it down. That's all I'm doing. You could still see all my little spots. I just want the redness gone. With whatever's left on my brush, I'm just smashing this where I get red. And this is dense, and that's why I like using it. It's dense, it stays where it needs to be, and then when I place my makeup on top, it's gonna hold it there, okay? I'm gonna go into Suede lip liner for the same reason. It's a similar tone to my hyperpigmentation that I have on both sides, and I want my makeup to stay where I put it all day. So I'm gonna pop this right here, and I'm gonna bring it up. Hello. Please say hi. I like when people say hi. It makes me feel like I'm not just talking to myself. If you have questions, please ask questions about the makeup, and I can tell you anything you want, almost anything you want to know. For me, what made me decide is I saw the makeup I saw the sunshine hit somebody's face wearing the makeup, and it didn't look the way my makeup looked. It looked way better, and it was skin-like. It didn't have that chalky, cracked, cakey. I would crack in my smile lines, and I'd get cakey around my nose. And there were parts of my face that would lift makeup and other parts that didn't. It was because my concealer wasn't the same as my foundation. This is all the same, so it all blends down. Okay. How many out? I don't know what that means. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I've got my color correcting on, and this is going to hold where my biggest insecurities are, which is my scarring and my hyperpigmentation. It's really just mid of my face that I have a hard time with. So I started using my summer shade. So this is Hazel, Athens, and then I'm having White Peach as my corrector. I'm going to put a little bit of balm under my eyes because I have fine lines. Just like that. And this helps with creasing under my eyes. So if you haven't added this to your routine, I say do it. Okay, I'm going to do 3 highlights and I'm going to show you how I make them work together because my face is darker than my neck. So I'm going to show you how I make this work. I'm going to go into my summer shade first. This is Hazel. And I'm going to go right across the bridge of my face here. And this is going over and I'm just tapping this in and I'm tapping it. I'm not putting a lot on. This is darker than my skin tone. And this is going to give me coverage. And I'm stippling this on because I have that corrector on. And this is what's going to hold my makeup in place. I'm not putting it down here because again, it's too dark and it's going to show a huge contrast. So I'm going to use this to help cover my scarring, redness, and hyperpigmentation. Now I'm going to go into my main highlight and I'm going to balance the lower part. So if you have your summer shade and you feel like your rosacea is pulling through, or maybe you have acne, try, it's called somebody called it a camel color, and I think it's Rachel Jacob, owner's sister, and she does this for when she has breakouts. I do this when I have breakouts also, is I use a darker color, and then you can use your main highlight to bridge from here to here together, and it looks nice. It looks natural. It's still essentially one layer of makeup. And then I'm going to take a lip because my neck is lighter. I'm pulling my main highlight down. I'm going to take my White Peach brightening and I'm going to go right down here on the jawline. And this is going to help bridge my neck to my face. I have found that when I start using bronzer on my neck in the winter, deep into the winter like I am right now, because we don't get sunshine until July where I live. I live in Oregon, so we don't, it's rain and clouds and fog. Just smash it together, blend it out. And this is a nice even skin tone and I'm getting all that coverage I want, but I didn't have to put Hazel and then Athens on top of it. And then using that denseness helps hold it all day. All right, that's that. I am going to go in with the blend brush and I am going to go into White Peach and I'm going to get my brightening right here. We already see the reflecting light. All we're doing here is giving ourselves coverage, balance, and dimension. And I'm putting this on just right here in the mid. We want to see where it ends. Okay. And then I'm going to use my contour to turn into my main highlight. So we're going to go into Cedar and I'm going to put some right over here and right over here. I don't like putting a ton on. It's nice to put a light amount of makeup on, giving us, I'm not going to use any bronzer. I like using colors like olive, ash, stone, cedar. They have a touch of warmth to them, so I don't need bronzer. I'm just really fair right now. All right, so I've added my contour. I'm pushing it in about halfway into my eyebrows here. I'm going to flip to this end. I'm going to grab that brightening, and I'm going to pull this up and into the contour. Up and into that contour, and as they come together, it creates that balance, and it creates a nice even, I've got an even skin tone, I've got foundational coverage, and I've got dimension. And it's one layer that work together. And that's what's nice when all your colors are foundation and then they all work together because they're all formulated the same, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm going to go in with my contour on my cheeks. We're going to go, I've added this, I'm going to go right above this natural shadow here. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of a cheek lift using a shadow. You're not going to come in past that outer corner. We're going to come up and I'm just stamping this on and it gives that lift. You see how there's a little more real estate over here and it's just from adding that little extra shadow. Boom, boom, boom. And I just push basically at the base of my cheekbone and then I blend this up. And there we go. All right, brightening on, oh wait, contouring nose. Every nose is different. I say try the different methods. You can go and search different ways of applying contour. I can't go through them all, but I find don't base it off of what your nose looks like. Just try the methods that look like they would work for you. And when you find one that works, do it. Same with your cheeks, all the things. All right. Placement of blush. Everybody's different and everybody has their placement they prefer. All right. So I'm just going in on the top sides, coming all the way down. I have a bump and I'm always trying to hide it. Always trying to hide it. So I bring it up pretty high on the sides, focusing it on the sides, but I do bring it up really high. Blend it out, take the pointy end. I'm going to go into brightening and I'm just going to go boop down the middle. Boop. And this will straighten it out, hide it, and then I use my finger because bristles can sometimes get a mind of their own. So I just push with my finger, blend it out, and it looks really nice. I was talking with somebody about brightening, and there's been this trend where people bring their brightening down really far. I kind of want to try it, and I'm going to blend it out after I do my blush. Does that make sense? I want to try it, so we might as well just give it a whirl. I'm going to be going into, I know I keep saying White Peach, but I'm using Versailles because it's been a while. All right. Correcting. Let's grab Frenchie. I'm going to add a little bit of Frenchie to my under eyes to fix the darkness. So I have all this darkness here. I'm just going to push this blush color Frenchie onto it, cancel it out, turn it pink. It's my favorite. I've done Demi. I like Demi, but when I'm in a hurry, Frenchie, it just goes on real fast. All right, going into Versailles, and I usually say smile, and you see that shine? I usually say start here. I'm going to smile, see my shine, and I'm going to come right inside down here and bring it up. We're just going to bring that up and then we're going to come right over here. I'm going to try both ways just because I want to see which side I prefer. We're here, might as well, you know? I pull up, give myself that little eye lift, and this is where I'm able to tidy up my eyeshadow if I oversmoked. All right, so I brought it down a lot farther right here. And now I'm going to go into my blush colors. I used one that was really pretty yesterday, so I'm going to add my Frenchie on my scarring. I don't want it to pull through, and I want pink. I'm going to take Baby Watermelon and pop this up here. I'm going to go into, and I'm going to get nude. Nude. I like nude more than plum. Plum pulls really purple on me, and it looks like a bruise. So I'm going to add nude with this pink. Once you start getting colors, start mixing them together. It's fun. If it doesn't look good, it washes off. All right, we're going to take the blush and bronzer, and I am going to go in, and I'm going to hit up here first, getting that pink and nude together. I'm going to smile, and I'm going to go in to my blush, and this is how I usually have my makeup. This is my usual side. I'm going to go in with that blend brush, and I'm just going to blend out that brightening the way I usually do. I haven't put my brows on, but whatever. All right, now I'm going to blend over here with my new lower brightening. So we're going in, and I'm just bringing that pink and nude together, Baby Watermelon and nude, going in. It's really hard. I'm going to use my fluffy brush to blend my brightening. I lied. I've got a little bit that needs handling right here. Boom, boom, boom. But it comes way farther down. What do we think? Can you tell a difference? Can we tell a difference here? Where you bring it down a lot farther. Let's try this. Did I show you guys my chicken light? It's been sitting on this chair. I finally cleaned my office up. And I've been meaning to show you guys. It's hilarious. Can we tell a difference? I don't know. Let's do some brows real quick and see if that helps. Everything looks better once it's finished, right? Right. And brows can be done nice and quick. Up and over. Up, over, up, over, and then flick, 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 flick. Starting at the front and then flicking your way across. It always helps to add the sound effects. All right, grab the other side. Okay, Yes, Mary, I'm going for it. All right, going in. We're going to go up. We're going to go over, out. Don't pull down. All right, going up, over. I always start on the bottom first so I can make sure that as I go out, it doesn't pull down because I don't want to pull it down. All right, going up, going over, blending it in, grabbing some wax, and then we're just going to comb these up. I will say, Kiss is really pretty. It doesn't do it justice on the camera. It's such a beautiful color right here. Right there. Can we tell a difference? Can we? I can't tell if it, what do we prefer? I wish I had a hair tie. Ooh, I got my new pin. I'm so bad at hairpins though. But I need more hair. I didn't put my hair piece in today. But Saint came out with this little handy little thing, and you're supposed to stick it in, fold it up, and then push it down. And I always end up kind of funky looking. That's better than what it was, right? All right, I'm going to set my face, setting sandwich, Charlotte Tilbury. I think the longest part, one, I spent 10 minutes talking. Two, my eye makeup always takes forever. Starting with your powder on the perimeter first, then bring it in because you don't want to add texture. Boom, boom, boom. Starting out here. This is a good rule of thumb, especially as you're maturing. You're not wanting to directly apply powder to your large pores, your fine lines. Again, I don't do the thing, so I don't want to apply powder right here because it's just going to look dry. And we're not wanting that. Then you're going to take setting spray again, go again, and then press that in again. Give it a couple minutes to let it like do its stuff, and that any powder's going to create texture. No matter what. I don't care. It's always going to create texture. It's powder. But using it with a setting spray helps reduce that. And that's all there is I got to say about that. All right, we're going to contour our lips. I'm waiting to see if anybody tells me if there's a difference from one eye to the other. I don't think there is. I guess a little bit. I'm really not seeing it. But I'm just shadowing my lip. But I brought this side down here. And this one's right here. All right, contour, contour, contour. Bright, bright, bright. Blend, 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 because we don't want to look like we ate a donut. But I like a tidy lip. I don't like that big old smear around. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of my mane, and I'm going to go right here on the outsides of my lip here. I've been really liking this. It looks weird right now because my lips are maturing, and I'm not wanting to do this with my lipstick. All right, I am going to use two colors, the same as my cheek. I'm going to use that baby watermelon on my lips and nude. All right, I'm going to line with the baby watermelon. I'm going to line down here. Now, I'm only going to start on the mid lip line here, and then right here, I'm going to pop up and get the inside of my lip line. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Okay. There we go. Just gonna go right there. Boom. We're adding baby watermelon. Then I'm gonna go into nude. There's a small difference, but I think either method works. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I think the same. I think if you get out of hand with your brightening, you're good. So I'm just adding a little bit of nude to this pink, and then I'm going to put on. Did anybody get this? Who got this? This is the Diamonds Are Forever lipstick. It's a Tom Ford dupe, and I think it was half the price. And I'm going to say the reviews on the Tom Ford one weren't great, but I think people were expecting glitter. I don't know. This is just, it looks like sugar. And it goes on, and it's not bold. It's nice. It just adds a little soft sparkle. If you don't like any sparkle, get the balm. Or not the balm, the oil. I like the way this goes on top of our satin finishes because it's not, I'm going to wipe it off and swatch it on my arm for you. It's just good. And it goes on and it feels like a balm. It's not gritty or anything, but it is nice and sheer so it can go on top of anything. And it looks more glossy than glittery. More glossy than glittery. I'm trying to think here. Let's get my chicken butt light out. It's a chicken butt light. It's so good. My sister got this for me. I love this thing. And y'all know how about my chickens. Boom, the egg is a light. And I just like using it for this. But you can see that it just has this nice sheer sugary finish. We'll let that stay on. But it's not gritty, it's not a scrub, and it feels better than a lipstick. I would say it's comparable. I talk about my Beauty Counter lipstick all the time. It feels like this stuff. It goes on very buttery, very smooth. I love it. And I'm hoping they come back with it. I know that the oil will be back and the palette 2s will be back. These two I know will be back. Chicken is a win. I'm hoping that the lipstick is coming back. I haven't confirmed it yet. I can't imagine that it wouldn't. It did sell out, not as fast as the oil. I prefer this. I like the way it applies. I like the way that all of it, the whole shebang. I love it. And so if it comes back and I say go get it, go get it. Go get it. Because if you were thinking about the Tom Ford one, this was less than half the price. I think it was $25 for this. I paid 30 something for this. The Tom Ford one I think is $60. There's no lipstick worth 60 bucks. Okay? But this goes on top of anything, and I like that it's low pigment because spending $60, I want to be able to use it on a lot of things. So you can take any matte finish and make it a shimmer. You could give it a sheen. You can put on a Stay Forever, dries your lips out, pop this on top, and then it doesn't dry your lips out. I think that's a win. This is so good for summer because you don't have to worry about it melting in your purse by the pool. I will be using these two together all summer. I would also say this is great as a night oil. That's what I like to use it for, is I put it on at night and it's nice. It's nice. That's it. All right. I'm pretty sure I just got all my face on, but look at the way Revival is such a pretty color, but Kiss with Revival, it's so stinking pretty. But I will say I don't have cakey makeup on, but using the 3 highlight colors, I've been really enjoying, especially with how red and pigmented my scarring has been. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm in training. So here's what's happened. My husband runs the Boston Marathon. It took him over 10 years to qualify. It took a lot of learning, a lot of training, a lot of figuring things out, but he figured out his special mix that makes him the best runner he can be. He signed us up for a 5K. So the day before the Boston Marathon, I am running the 5K. We are running the 5K. I don't run, but we did just get a treadmill. And so I've been training because I can't be a walking 5Ker in Boston. I mean, that would be embarrassing. But I do want to get a Boston Marathon shirt and just cross out marathon and put in 5K. I am not a runner, but I am running a 5K in April, and I would like to run the whole thing. So I am training, and I've made up my own training of walking and running, and upping my running 30 seconds each day, each time. I run 2.5 minutes, I walk a minute. I run 3 minutes, I walk a minute. I run 3.5 minutes, and every week I'm adding to the start time. So next week it'll be starting 3 minutes, walk a minute, 3.5 minutes, walk a minute, 4 minutes, so that eventually I am running at least 20 minutes, eventually 30. I am not a runner. I told him this when we met on our second date. I made it real clear. If you're looking for a runner, I ain't it. But if you want to try this makeup, send me a selfie. Let's try it out. That's it. That's my guys, 45 minutes. I did pretty dang good today. I did pretty dang good. Okay, I have some errands to run, life. But let's look at how pretty this is. It looks like one of those Saint Laurents that I can't afford. I want to, but I can't just go get something like that. Anyways, this is probably my favorite palette, is this little embossed saint. It's such a nice small palette. I have a hard time condensing down to an 18 now, but I've been really having fun with mixing and playing with my color. So if you have your summer color laying around and you feel like scarring is pulling through a lot, your rosacea is extra ragey, try it. Try it. All right, that's it. That's my face. Message me. Let's get you a palette. Have a great day.